Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to new China product review. Now today we will take a look at my new car head unit from Autopumpkin. So this here is a pure Android 4.2 universal car head unit with navigation, DVD playback and much more. It currently retails for only about 340 USD, which is really cheap for a unit like this if you compare the prices to Pioneer something. And also it's on sale right now, so feel free to check out the links down below in the description if you're interested. Now let me quickly tell you the main specs before we take a closer look at the head unit. It has a 6.2 inch LCD touchscreen with a resolution of 800x480. Further, it comes with a 1.6 GHz dual-core processor plus 1 GB of RAM. The internal storage has 8 GB, but you can also connect microSD cards and USB drives over USB. And it also comes with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on board. Unfortunately no 3G, but you can connect your smartphone and tether your internet connection. And the last thing, it's fully compatible with OBD2. Now you can see really nice specs for the price. And now let's take a look at all the parts which were in the box. Okay, now I have already unboxed the beauty here and we'll have a closer look at the head unit itself just in a minute. But before we do that, let's check out all the things which we can find here in the box. And everything you see here was included for free. So you also get that remote control here. And yeah, this device has a touchscreen, but you don't have to use it. You can use the buttons on the head unit or you can use this really cool remote control. The best thing on the remote control is that it illuminates in the dark. So definitely great if you're driving around at night, you can easily find the remote control. Then here we got an USB cable. So basically that's an USB adapter cable from a mini USB connector to a big USB 2.0 port. And with that you can connect USB devices like a USB drive or your smartphone to the front panel of the head unit. Then this here is the GPS antenna. It's basically the same like the GPS antenna in my old video, so some standard GPS antenna, but actually they're pretty good. They have a really big receiver and also some good golden connectors. And yeah, the cable is pretty long so you can place it anywhere in your car, and also it's magnetic so you can place it on every part on your car. Also included is a coupon code, and with that you get 10% off on your next purchase and 2 years of warranty. So I think it's 1 year at least of warranty, and with that you get 2 years or something, so you have to check that out on the website. Now also included is this little guide here, and that tells you on how to install that head unit. And as you see, it's pretty simple. Most things are connected to the ISO connector. You just have to hook up a few wires manually. So if you're using an external amplifier, if you're using external monitors, then it's a little bit more complicated, but all in all the installation is pretty easy. Then here you can see a little guide, and that just tells you how to use Android, so it's really simple and you actually won't need that guide here. And here comes the cable form which you need to install the unit. So it's really simple. The most things like the power connectors are already connected to the connector, also all the speakers. But if you're using an external amplifier, rear camera, then you have to connect it on your own. Also there's the brake signal connector which should actually be connected to your handbrake, but you don't have to connect it. You can also watch videos when driving, but yeah, it's not recommended, and I think it's also illegal in some states, but yeah, I just ignore that. And you can also ground that brake cable. And yeah, there are also some other cables, and you have to check out the guide on how to use that. For instance, for the controls on your steering wheel. Okay, so basically that's it. That are all the things which are included in the box. And now before I connect the unit to my test setup, let's have a look at the backside. And here you can see the backside of the head unit with all the important connectors. Now here on the right side we have the main connector. That's basically for the ISO connector, which connects directly to your car, to the speakers and all the things. There's also a little fuse. Then we got the GPS connector and a lot of cinch connectors. So we got here 4-channel output, also output to rear monitors and subwoofer output. So basically everything you need to install it completely in your car. And all those ports are protected by those protection caps, so we can take one off here, and that one here is the GPS antenna connector. And if you don't use the ports, leave the caps on the ports. There's also a cable which goes out of the device which has a USB 2.0 port. And that's pretty cool. You can place it anywhere in your car to connect USB drives or to charge your smartphone. Yeah, basically that are all the connectors. I will now hook it up to my test system and then we'll do a little test. Oh yeah, so the test system is up and running and I can't test it in my car right now because I still have to mod the frame from single DIN to double DIN. But anyway, let's test it on the desk. And first of all, the touchscreen feels really good. It's very responsive and the system is very smooth. But you don't have to use the touchscreen. You can also use those quick access buttons like play, forward, back, navigation, and there's also a little knob here which you can rotate and you can also press it. If you press it, then it actually acts as a home button. Basically just like on your Android smartphone, that's the home button. Then here on the top there's a micro SD card slot which includes the GPS SD card. Basically the GPS application and also the maps are stored on this micro SD card. Also there's a little reset hole if the device hangs up. Now here with this button you can eject discs and this device can read DVDs, self-burned MP3 CDs, so basically everything except Blu-rays. And if you enter a DVD it automatically starts to playback it. Now let me show you the power button. It's basically on the opposite side and if you press that knob here, for a longer time that acts like a power button and shuts off the unit. So let's do that. And you see it's shutting down, but you can also adjust the volume here with that knob. Then here we have some quick access buttons like DVD, TV, band and media. And here at the top we have another micro SD card reader with your personal data SD card. So this device supports micro SD cards up to 32 GB and there's also a little microphone which you can use for hands-free mode or Skype or something. Okay, then let me show you what happens if you have the lights switched on your car and if it's dark. Then you can see the backlight of that car radio. And the backlight is very special because it's a multicolor backlight. Basically you have multicolor LED backlight and it starts to switch the backlight. So you go from blue to purple to green to red to yellow or whatever. I think it's also possible to fix the LED backlight if you just want, for instance, blue backlight. But I'm not right sure about that and you maybe have to ask the seller about the backlight. So now you can see it is flashing like crazy and I'm still not sure where to basically set that in the options. Okay, so that were the controls and now let's power on the device and let's check out Android 4.2 on the head unit. And if you wake it up from standby, it's on in just a second, and if you power it on after you have started your car, it takes about 30 seconds until you're in Android, so it's really fast. You can also see the touchscreen, very responsive, very fast, absolutely no issues. Now, if you enter any application, as I've said before, you can use the home button right over here to go back, or just hold it longer to force close the application. That one here is the home button. On the other side we have the power button, or you can also adjust the volume if you rotate it. So basically that are the volume rockers just like on an Android smartphone. And yeah, it's really loud. It has an output of 4 times 65 watts or something, so a really good head unit and there's no need of an external amplifier. Now you can also get your notifications here just like on an Android smartphone, nothing special. But let's go to options and let's see what we can find about the software on it is running. To check that out, we will go here to About Machine and here we can see that it is running on Android 4.2.2. The only bad thing is that not all applications, so really many applications, 90% of the applications are running on that, but not all. I had some where I got unsupported device, but we will see that later. Now let's go quickly here through the settings, and at the top we got Wi-Fi and I'm now connected to my home network. Pretty good signal, and yeah, you can sit in your car and just use Wi-Fi from McDonald's or something. That's really cool. Here we got Bluetooth and you can connect to your car. So basically that just replaces the car kit, the default car kit of your car. And that works with all Android devices, also with my China phone here, and there is no need anymore to have specific smartphones for your car kit. Okay, that's it. We can also go here to more, so we have VPN and portable hotspot. It also supports 3G dongles, but yeah, you have to connect them over USB. Now here we got device settings like sound, display, elements, so you can customize everything here. And let's check out storage, because that's pretty important. Now here you can see we have 2 partitions, total space here is 1 GB, that's the internal flash. We just have 300 megabytes left. And here we got NAND flash, and that are about 5 GB free. So you don't have to use an SD card, but it's good to use an SD card if you install many apps on that. But there's absolutely no need for an SD card, but I would recommend it. Now let's go back here from storage. We can also check out all the apps which are here on the head unit. And let's go here to apps running in the background. And what we can see here is very good. If we check out the apps which are currently running in the background, we can see the RAM consumption is below 50%. So you got over 600 megabytes of free RAM. That means the Android ROM is very clean, the launcher is working perfectly together with the hardware. All in all, very good. We can also check out here language and input. And you can set the system language to every language you want to. There are almost all languages included, so it doesn't come only in Chinese. By default it comes in English, and the same goes for the keyboard. Then maybe important is GPS, and here you can set your default GPS application. And by default it's iGo. But if you want to use your bought TomTom application or something, you can use that too. Absolutely no issues. And it will work with the GPS antenna and also with the GPS unit, which is integrated. Then let's check out here driving safety. And many people like to watch a video while they're driving, or actually they want that other people can watch a video while they're driving. And in order to use that, you have to disable driving safety here, and you can do that. That's pretty cool. Also you can see amplifier, and basically that's an equalizer. You can set the equalizer manually. There are also some presets which are actually pretty good. And you can also install a different amplifier. That's Android, you can do everything with it, and that's the nice thing on that head unit. Now let's go back to the settings, because there are some things which are also really important, like the steering wheel keys. And it's compatible with all steering wheel keys, but you have to hook them up manually, and then you have to configure them. So you can see there are different cables, and then you have to advise a command to every cable. And it's a little bit complicated, but I'm pretty sure that you can manage that. Okay, so that are the settings, basically everything you need. And now let's go through the applications which we can find on the head unit. First, let us start with the browser and with movie playback. We're now here in the default Android browser, and let's just try to playback some music videos here on YouTube. Please note, I've just connected a small speaker, so that's why I'm on maximum volume. And now let's hear the test.
Oh, I could be all it is you need, 'cause we are trying to find a way to feel. If I could sleep, I'd dream of what we'd be, but I can feel you slip further from me.
Okay guys, now that was movie playback on YouTube in the default browser. You can install a different browser, you can also install the YouTube application. There are absolutely no restrictions. Now that's the main menu with all the pre-installed applications. It comes with a lot of useful applications and also the Google apps, so it comes with the Play Store pre-installed, and that's really important. Now let's also check out the DVD playback, because I have now inserted an Hulk DVD. And let's try to playback that. So you can watch full HD movies also from your USB drive, but just note the display is not full HD. But the pixel density is really great, and you won't notice that it's not full HD because the screen is very small, but the resolution is really good for such a small screen. And now let's test the movie playback. Okay, so that was DVD playback with the default DVD application, and it's absolutely flawless. We can also check out this file manager. Basically here you can browse your flash storage, your GPS SD card and your private SD card. And you can also open up all the files because on Android there's an app for everything. Then let's go here to the second page, and you can see it comes with all the Google apps pre-installed, no need to install them. And that one here is the default GPS application, and it also comes pre-installed. You don't have to care about that. iGo is free, I think, and also it should come with the map of the country you have ordered from. And as I've said before, you can replace that GPS application, you can update it, you just need the latest APK file, and you can also download the maps online. So if a map is missing, you just have to download it. Okay, so let's zoom out here, and here you can see the map. And yeah, it's not really accurate right now because I'm just connected over Wi-Fi. But when I have installed it in my car, I will do another GPS test, and then you will see how it works. But let me tell you that this GPS antenna, I also have had it in my old head unit, and it was definitely awesome. Very good signal. Okay, then let's press the home button to force kill this application. And yeah, let's exit that application here. That was the navigation application, and now let us check out the music player, because usually that's the most important thing while you have a head unit.
This kind of love is never sober. And wandering eyes on.
Okay, so that was the music playback, very clear and bright, maybe a bit better on high-end devices, but you can go to the Google Play Store, download an external equalizer application, tweak the frequencies a little bit, play around with the settings until you find settings which you like. And you can download all applications here, basically there are no limits. You will just get on some unsupported device because yeah, it's an head unit and not a smartphone. And maybe you will get unsupported Android version because it's running on Android 4.2.2 and not on Android 4.4 KitKat. But maybe there are some updates in the future, so maybe it's possible to upgrade to Android 4.4. And if there's an update, I will also do an update video, or at least write something in the China Devices forum. Yeah, then let's check out the radio application. As always, this can be replaced, and this one here is the default one, which opens up when you press the band button. And I can't test the radio right now, you just hear it very low because you have to connect it to an antenna which is connected to 12 volts, and I currently don't have an external antenna here to test it. But trust me, the radio will work for sure, there are absolutely no issues with that. Okay, that was the radio application, then now let's go back, and I think that were all the important applications. We just have here Wi-Fi display and voice search, and that also works perfectly. What we don't have tested is how it works when you connect the smartphone, and that's what we'll do right now. Now here's a test of the feature which I think the most people will be using. So I have connected my China phone, which is the THL5000, over Bluetooth to the head unit. So you can see it's paired right now, and there were no issues, so you just have to enter the pin and boom, it is paired. And now you can dial a number here directly on the pad, or if there's an incoming call, you can just accept the call either on the smartphone or directly here on the head unit. So you see there's an incoming call, and yeah, I don't want to accept it right now because yeah, I'm driving. Let's just press the red button on the head unit, and boom, the call has ended. And it also works the opposite way, so I can now, for instance, call other people here directly on the screen or on the smartphone and use the hands-free set. But what I'm doing right now is call my smartphone, and then we'll accept the call on the... Hello, this is a test call. Hello? Test, test. Now you have seen that whole feature here works perfectly. Also the call quality, the mic quality is really good. Just the mic could be a little bit louder, but I'm pretty sure you can fix that with software. Now let's try to call a number here directly on the head unit. And yeah, also this is working. So it works in both directions and it's really paired. Then here you can see your contacts, but before you can see your contacts, you have to sync your contacts. So press the button, then you will get a notification here on the smartphone, which you have to accept. If you don't accept, your contacts will not be synced, and that's it. Then here you can also see the call log, so which people you have called and which people have called. And here we also have a Bluetooth player. Basically when you press play here, then you also start playback on the smartphone, and it works in both directions. That's pretty cool. Then last but not least, we have some Bluetooth settings, but basically that's it. There are a lot of more features, but yeah, you have to play around with that. Now you will see some benchmarks, some gameplay, and after that you will hear my conclusion about the latest head unit from Autopumpkin. So stay tuned, guys.
Fire makes the city look so bright. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me. It wouldn't be right to say always from the place where we heard with certain place.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now at the end of this video, and what can I say about this awesome unit from Autopumpkin? Now first of all, units here in my country which have the same features usually cost about $700 or more. That's double the price from this unit. So from the price it's awesome. Maybe the design on other units is better, but that depends on your likes. It is running Android 4.2.2 and that's all you need. My other unit from China was not that good. It was cheaper, but it wasn't running Android. So there was Windows CE, Windows Mobile or something on it, and the operating system was definitely not that good. So if you have the money, so about $300, go for an Android device. It's much better than those Windows Mobile things. And I can just say it will be awesome in my car. I know it needs a double DIN slot and not all cars have that. For instance, my car, that's why I have to cut the frame, but if you can mod that on your own, it's definitely worth it. Also, it may be worth it if you want to replace your current head unit, the default stock one. Mostly it will be better if you don't have a Bose sound system or something, but for that price I can definitely recommend it. I'm pretty sure we'll buy again from Autopumpkin. Okay, that's it. That was my review on the top head unit from Autopumpkin. If you're interested, have a look at it. As always guys, I want to thank you for watching and I hope I see you again in my next videos. Bye bye guys.